and I'm from Eden Presbyterian Church. Mr. President, look around. Here you see numbers of brothers and sisters gathered together to rally for our brothers and sisters of North Korea. Unfortunately, the circumstances in North Korea are a little different from the freedoms we have here. When you looked around, you saw the miracles taking place, the freedom of expression, the freedom of movement, the freedom of speech, and most importantly, freedom of religion. To you and me, these aren't miracles, but normal parts in our lives. You'd be surprised what a miracle our freedoms are for those in North Korea. Our freedoms are those that some in North Korea would literally die for, and they have. Freedom of religion is not a reality, and on a daily basis, many Christians are persecuted. Not only are they simply persecuted, but many have come forth and given their testimonies on several accounts in which they were pulverized, shot in front of children, and even steamrolled. What crime did they commit for such an inhumane punishment? They were Christians. Then by the eyes of Kim Jong-il, aren't we all Christians? Aren't we all criminals? What we take for granted here is what the Christians in North Korea fight for, hide for, and die for on a daily basis.
Don't be like Susan.
In 2005, David Hawk, a human rights investigator, interviewed escapees of North Korea and summarized an event in which, and I'm reading this word for word, a young woman in her 20s was washing clothes in a tributary to the Tumen River. When packing up the clothes, she dropped what was believed to be a small Bible. The young woman and her father, looking to be roughly 60 years old, were arrested and held by the local police for some 3 months. During that time, the woman and her father were presumably investigated and interrogated. Apparently, they were deemed guilty of a capital offense. 7 police fired 3 shots each into the 2 victims who had been tied to stakes a few meters from the trial area. The force of the rifle shots fired from 15 meters away caused blood and brain matter to be blown out of their heads. It's sad, isn't it? But what's even sadder is that we have the ability to do something about this injustice and brutality taking place, yet we don't. We call ourselves activists, but the key phrase is is to act, and that is exactly what we need to do. It isn't just by coincidence that we are here. We are here for a reason. We need to act together to put a stop to this now. The freedom of religion isn't a right limited only to Americans, South Koreans, or a select group of Christians. We're the lucky ones who don't have to suffer. The persecution of Christians in North Korea can only be stopped with everyone doing their part. All I am is one voice, but together we can be many voices speaking for the voiceless. Thank you.